everybody, I'm Bill, the Hill Country Prepper, and I want you to be informed so that you can be prepared. Now in this video, I'm not going to have any of the answers. In fact, all I've got right now is questions. Over the last 10 days, almost 2 weeks, I spent a lot of time traveling on the highways around Texas, New Mexico, the Southwest. The other day, I was driving across Texas Panhandle, and I looked over and I'm driving past all these cotton fields, just miles and miles of cotton fields. And it got me to thinking, if we've got so many cotton fields just in the area of the Texas Panhandle that I was in, why are we buying all of our clothes from countries like Vietnam and Bangladesh and India? When we've got the raw materials right here in this country, why aren't we producing our own clothes? Further down the road, I started noticing some cattle livestock feedlots. And I passed maybe a dozen, possibly 10 that were just full with 1,000 head of cattle. And it got me to wondering, why is the price of beef so high? I mean, I was just at the supermarket this morning, and it's like $12.50 a pound for a steak. There's thousands of head of cattle in the feedlots. There's even more cattle that's on the pasture land, that's open range, that's out there being managed by ranchers all across Texas, all across New Mexico, all across Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska. There's lots and lots of cattle being raised. There's lots of livestock being raised as well. So I don't know why is food prices for meat so high right now. I drove by groves and groves of nut trees, of pecans, and I drove by vineyards that were just rows and rows and rows and hundreds of rows of grapes. I know here in the Texas Hill Country, we've got fruit trees, we've got apple trees, we've got some of the best apple trees. Peaches, we've got some of the sweetest peaches up in the Texas Hill Country that you'll ever find. I know they grow peaches in other states like Georgia, obviously. They also grow peaches in Colorado, and they're very good as well. My point is, there are lots and lots of fruit trees. Why are we paying so much for fruit? Why is there a food shortage? I know down in the Rio Grande Valley, there's produce everywhere. The Rio Grande Valley, the San Joaquin Valley, these are high producing areas for food and produce, vegetables and fruits. Why is the price of food so high? Now, you might say, well, it's the distribution of it. We've got one of the best interstate systems in the world. You can get from the West Coast to the East Coast in just a matter of days, literally. We've got a great rail system. Up in the Texas Panhandle last week, I saw, I can't remember how many unit trains carrying modular trailers from the west to the east. I probably saw five in just one afternoon. We've got a great railroad. We've got great waterways. We've got a transportation system. We've got navigable rivers, the Mississippi, the Ohio, the Illinois, the Missouri. You've got the means to get material, food, products moved around the country. We've got the intercoastal waterway that runs all around the Gulf Coast. So you can't tell me that, well, it's a distribution thing when you've got the interstates and you've got the railroads and you've got the waterways. Why are we paying so much for food? Now, when we were coming back the other day, and I've done this before, I drove through the Permian Basin. And if you've never driven through the Permian Basin, it will really blow your mind. I drove for approximately 250 miles, and I constantly saw oil wells, pump jacks, guys working. The pumping units are moving. They're drilling some new holes. They're punching some new wells. They're working over some rigs. The guys are out there working in the Permian Basin. I'm not kidding. I counted for 250 miles. there was nothing but drilling activity. Ironically, as soon as I got out of the Permian Basin, I was into the area of Texas where they've got all of the wind farms, and so I drove for about another 100 miles, constantly seeing the wind turbines by the thousands. Some of them are right up on the road. Some of these wind farms, they start at the highway and they just run for miles off into the horizon. We've got the energy. Why are we not energy self-sufficient? You know, we used to be. This time last year, we were energy independent. In fact, we were exporting more petroleum products and crude oil than we were importing. I know that for a fact. It's not the case anymore. And only one thing has changed, and you know what it is. So the question is like, why are food prices so high? Why are energy prices so high? Why are we importing so much of the stuff that we consume when we've got the raw materials right here? Why is that? Leave me a comment down below and share your thoughts as to why all this is happening. Guys, if you're getting some information out of this video, why don't you press down on that thumbs up and give it a like. And if you're not a subscriber yet, why not subscribe right now? And if you hit that notification bell, you get notified each and every time I upload some new content. So do that right now. Guys, like I said, I want you to be informed so that you can be prepared. Ask some questions. Why? You guys have a blessed day. Thanks.